Okay, take this to the front desk. They'll take care of it. Oh, hi, Chad.
Morning, Ned. How you doing?
Okay, Captain wants to see you.
Thanks.
Come in.
Captain?
Chad, this is Sergeant Frank Lowe, San Francisco PD. Frank, Sergeant Chad Smith.
Nice to meet you.
Same here. How's your caseload, Chad?
Average. Jewelry store stick up with the knifing. I have to be in court next week.
That doesn't sound too heavy. Frank's down here in a case. He needs help. It's in the LA area.
Okay.
I'd appreciate it, Sergeant. His commanding officer is Andy Maroney, an old buddy of mine. He sent along a letter asking for our cooperation. I figure this might be your dish, Chad. You're a family man.
What's the problem?
A missing person, Sergeant. We're pretty sure she's down here somewhere.
Teenager?
18.
Her family hasn't heard from her in a couple of months. The last they knew, she was involved with a pretty rough bunch.
Could be more than just missing.
So it's our ballgame, all right?
What's her name?
Nancy Lowe.
Lowe.
Well, you know how it is with the Chinese family associations. The Wongs, the Lees, the Kwans, the Lowe. I've met her. She's a pretty kid.
We'll do all we can for you, Sergeant. Okay, Chad?
I can work it in, sure.
Thank you, Captain. When I get back and see Captain Maroney, I'll tell him how you really came through for me.
Might be a good idea if we cover some routine ground first. Criminal records, hospital records, the morgue.
This is Los Angeles. You call the shots, Sergeant.
Chad.
Okay, Chad.
Still amazes me the way these kids leave nice homes for this scrounging, ad-lib existence.
I don't get it. My father and mother might have made it a little rough, but none of us ever thought of running away.
Buy a paper, mister?
Sure.
Thanks. You're a cop, right?
Right.
Him too. I never saw a Chinese cop before. What are you looking for, opium?
A girl.
Chinese, 18 years old.
Never saw her before. I wouldn't tell you anyway. I don't bust runaways.
What makes you think she's a runaway?
Come on, she don't look like no axe murderer.
You got any spare change? My puppy hasn't eaten in 2 days. Thanks.
They're cops.
Makes no difference to the dog.
Ever seen her before?
I don't know. I might have.
Where? Buy some more puppy food.
Well, all I know is there's a Chinese girl helping out down at the Purple Olive. Could be the same one. It looks kind of like her.
Some people do anything for bread.
They'd only find out from somebody else.
Want to know where the Purple Olive is?
No, thanks. We'll ask a cop.
So what? I run a legitimate business.
Nobody says you don't.
We hear you have a Chinese girl working here.
What about her?
We just want to talk to her.
She couldn't have done anything. She just got here from San Francisco.
Where is she?
Hey, doll.
What's up, Jack?
No, she's not the girl.
Ever seen this girl around? She's from San Francisco.
Never heard of the place.
Well, we're just starting. Betty, I hate to hit you with this on short notice, but I'd like to bring a guest to dinner. No, nothing fancy. He's a family man. He'll understand. He's a detective down from San Francisco. We've been going all over town this afternoon trying to find some sign of a missing Chinese girl. Oh, she's not in the morgue or any of the hospitals. If it's okay, I'd like to call him at his hotel and pick him up. He's a nice guy. Good. I'll see you about 6. Bye.
It was kind of you to invite me, Mrs. Smith. I don't know anybody in Los Angeles, but you make me feel right at home.
Oh, well, Chad said you were in town alone. I know I'd appreciate someone being nice to Chad if he was out of town on an assignment.
Mr. Lowe, do they use Chinese policemen to catch Chinese crooks?
Well, if they want to question one, and all he speaks is Chinese, I guess so.
I'm going to be a policeman someday.
It's a good job, all in all. But I've had pleasanter assignments than this one.
I sure feel sorry for the girl you're looking for.
I feel sorry for her parents.
But not for the girl?
But her poor mother and father must be just sick with worry.
But there had to be good reason for her to take off. Nobody runs away from a good thing.
To teenagers, a family is automatically wrong.
I have a friend at school, Eddie Chang, straight A student.
They tell me Nancy Lowe was a good student until somehow she lost interest.
I tried to eat with chopsticks once.
How did you do?
Starved. Wouldn't knives and forks be easier?
My family uses knives and forks.
Brian, don't you have some homework, dear?
If I do it real fast, can I come back and ask Mr. Lowe some more questions?
If you do it real fast, you forget it real fast.
Okay. I'll stay out. Good night, Mr. Lowe.
Good night, Brian.
You have to excuse me, too. I have some homework to catch up on.
Good night, Bob.
Good night.
Hope to see you boys again.
That'd be great.
Sorry we struck out today. But there's a lot of ground to cover. I put out a few feelers.
I knew it would be rough after all this time.
Kind of unusual for a Chinese girl to run away. Talk to her parents?
Her father didn't like anything she did. Her clothes, her friends, her whole lifestyle. Then he found marijuana in her purse and really blew his top.
Guess race has nothing to do with it.
Now, our kids have the same pressures as all the other kids. We have the flower children, the militants, the goof off, you name it.
What makes you think something happened to her? Isn't it more likely she just wants to lead her own life?
Perhaps, but I can't take the chance.
He's certainly determined to find that girl, isn't he?
Yes, and I've got a pretty good hunch why.
Do you think he's concerned because...
I think he's concerned because she's his daughter.
His daughter? Why didn't he say so?
Shame, I guess. Losing face.
Did you tell him you knew?
No, if he wants to play games and makes him feel any better, that's okay.
How long do you have to be with him?
As long as I'm any help.
That poor man. And his poor wife.
It's so nice of you to take the time, Sergeant.
Well, we'd like to help, Miss Carlyle. You just give me the details.
I'm sure you've had cases like this before.
Well, we do have all kinds of threat cases.
Well, it's a first for me.
They can be pretty frightening.
Oh, they certainly are. But in these days of social turmoil and unrest, a woman in my position is a natural target.
Why is that?
Of course, you know about the experiments at the university.
No, I'm afraid not.
The laboratory. World-famous scientists are working on a death ray.
I didn't realize.
Every day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they test the ray by aiming it at my window. You see, they have orders.
How do you know this?
Well, at the first time, it gave me terrible headaches. Since then, I leave the house and stay out in the open from 2 until 4. The ray doesn't work in the open air.
Oh, I see. Now, the threat.
In the mail this morning, 2 letters delivered to the wrong address.
And you think it's some kind of conspiracy?
By themselves, they mean nothing, of course.
Well, we'll investigate, Mrs. Carlyle, and get in touch with you.
I understand there are black policemen in this station.
Some?
You mustn't tell them. You see, they're the ones.
Well, you go home and rest, Mrs. Carlyle, and I suggest that you tell this story to your family physician.
Oh, I did. He doesn't realize the danger we're in. All of us. I'll call you.
Sergeant Smith, may I help you? Frank, any luck? Oh, that's too bad. Well, we'll talk it over tonight. There's still plenty of places to cover. I'll pick you up about 5:30. Fine.
I'll get it.
Hello.
Oh, I thought you were my friend Milton.
Is this the residence of Sergeant Chad Smith?
He's my dad. Mom!
Mrs. Smith?
Yes.
I'm Mrs. Lowe.
Frank's wife. Oh,
Yes.
come in.
Thank you.
Oh, Brian, where are your manners?
I can't help it. I thought it was Milton.
What a nice surprise meeting you. Come sit down.
Thank you.
Well, now, is Frank expecting you?
He doesn't even know I'm here. His commanding officer in San Francisco gave me the name of an LA captain. He all but grilled me, making sure I was Mrs. Lowe, and then he wrote down the address of Sergeant Smith.
A good thing. It isn't easy finding the right Smith in the telephone book.
In San Francisco, it isn't easy looking for Lowe. Our husbands are working together?
Yes. Oh, as a matter of fact, I expect them both for dinner very shortly. Would you like some coffee? Or perhaps some tea?
Thank you. Coffee, please, if you would join me.
Good. Frank will be very glad to see you. Are you staying in town long?
Until we go home together.
Well, you make yourself comfortable. I'll get the coffee.
Thank you.
You've really gone all out for me today, Chad, and I'm really grateful.
One of these days, we'll be coming up to San Francisco.
Hannah.
Hello, Frank, dear.
I thought you were going to wait at home. Chad, my wife, Anna.
Happy to know you, Miss Lowe.
Sergeant Smith. You haven't found her, have you, Frank?
No,
Give it up.
we'll find her. I'm sure you know what's really going on.
Yes, I picked it up early. But as long as you want to play it your way.
Thanks for going along.
Frank, how'd your OIC let you work on this anyway?
He was very much against it. It's a personal favor.
I begged Frank to let someone else handle it. I didn't even know he was coming here until he called me from the airport. Let's go home, Frank.
But she could still be here. It's a big city, Anna. I have to make sure.
I want you to know I'm still on the case, too, till my captain takes me off.
No, Chad. No more help from your department. I never had any good reason to think there's a crime involved. I just wanted all the help I could get.
And how about help from a friend?
Oh, hold it. He's coming right now. This is for you. It's Cal Minton, the publicity guy.
Hello, Cal. Chinese girl? Sure, I'm still interested. What do you have? It could be promising. Thanks, Cal. I'll let you know. Ed, cover for me. That was one of my contacts in the Low case. If you want me, I'll be at the Downbeat Cellar.
The Downbeat Cellar. That crummy joint. Picked up a couple of miners there last month.
And Cal says here they got a new young Chinese dancer. It's a long shot.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It looks like her, only she told me her name was Nancy Lee. Hey, what's the beef?
No beef.
Oh, you're just looking for her because you're a lover of the dance, I suppose.
You guessed it.
As long as she don't cause me no rumble. You know, dances are a dime a gross. I don't need no trouble, chicks. Hey, you. Did you say your name was Nancy Lee?
Yeah, long-lost relative of General Robert E. The East shall rise again.
He says different.
Who's he?
Sergeant Chad Smith, Police Department. You Nancy Lowe?
Maybe. I can call myself anything I like. Ming Toy, Sarah Schwartz.
We have a missing persons report from San Francisco.
Well, I'm not missing. I'm right here. What's more, I'm of age. So go peddle your report somewhere else.
You want me to fire her? That's good, because I hate to lose her. And you know, among my tired dames, this kid's a novelty. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Look, anyway, what's the difference what her real name is? Here she's Miss Fortune Cookie.
Thanks. It's gonna be rough. You want to know where she is and what she's been doing.
You have to tell them that you found her.
Yes.
You could say that you heard she was all right, but you didn't know where she was. Chad, there's nothing you can do about her. I mean, if they bring her back, she'll just run away again.
Dad, can I say something?
Sure.
I think I can understand how her parents would feel. I'm about her age.
It'd tear me apart.
Well, if it was me, no matter what I'd done, wouldn't you want to know?
I'd want to know.
Who is it, please?
Chad Smith.
Hello, Chad. Come in.
When are you leaving?
I have a reservation on the 10 o'clock. I wish Frank would come home with me.
Anna, 唔該你唔好再問啦. Any new leads?
Better than that. I found her.
Where is she? Can you take us to her?
Yes, but first I have to explain. She's a dancer in a place called the Downbeat Cellar. It isn't ballroom dancing. It's a pretty rough joint, and that's giving it all the best of it. I guess you get the picture. I can take you there.
Anna, call the airport. I'm going home with you.
But Chad found Nancy.
I don't want to see her.
You can't mean that.
I mean it, Chad. Thanks for everything. If you're ever in San Francisco...
Frank.
Look, this is none of my business, but I'm going to say it anyway. Frank, if you cut her off now, what's the head for?
Call Anna.
Planes leave for San Francisco every hour on the hour. If you miss one...
Please, Frank. Please, for my sake.
I wouldn't know what to say to her. We have to face it. She's gone.
Frank, why do you have to be so inscrutable? You're busting up inside the same as I would. But it's your daughter, if that's how you want it.
Wait. I'll see her. What can I say to her?
You'll think of something. Maybe I better talk to her first.
Come in. Oh, look who's back, Sergeant Smith.
Good evening, Miss Lowe.
Is this official?
No?
How'd you like an 8x10 autographed? You can keep it in a drawer at the station.
Your father's outside.
So that's it. You couldn't wait to run to the phone and call him.
He's been here in town looking for you.
Charlie Chan and him, they never give up.
You mean a lot to him.
Me? You don't know how funny that is. I don't want to see him.
Miss Lowe, I'm not here as a policeman. I'm here as your father's friend. I have a daughter just a year older than you.
What do you want from me? Medals?
It wasn't easy for him to come here.
I guess not. This joint proves out all his predictions for me. Well, I like it.
He's still your father.
Tell me something about your daughter. Do you forbid her to go out alone with boys after 10 o'clock at night? No miniskirt to a party? No bikinis to the beach? Do you listen in on her phone calls?
Well, he thought he was doing what was best for you. You have to give him that much.
He put me in this place. Now, if he wants to see me, let him pay his money and sit out front.
What would it hurt to give him 5 minutes?
Didn't you hear anything I've been saying? Okay, let's get it over with.
Frank.
Hi, Pop.
How are you, Nancy?
Ting Ho. How about yourself?
Fine. Your mother and I, we're both fine.
Swell.
We were worried.
Yeah, I figured. But if I wrote you, you would have been more worried.
Your mother is waiting at the hotel.
Good. Say hello to Mom for me. I'll drop you a postcard now and then.
Nancy, we miss you.
Oh, Dad. If only you had done this long time ago. If only you had been a father instead of a Chinese emperor.
Give me another chance. I'll make it up to you. Please come home.
Home?
We can be on our way in an hour. Come home, daughter, please.
Fortune cookie, you're on.
We'll forget you ever left home. We'll try to understand each other more this time.
You're a little late. Like maybe 5 years. Nice try, Sarge.
I'm sorry.
What was that for?
No reason.
That's the best reason I know.
You know, before too long, we'll lose her. She'll go away or get married or move to her own apartment. I can understand a little of how Frank and Anna feel.
She'll go away, but we won't lose her.